My name is Udayant Malhoutra. I'm the CEO of Dynamatic Technologies Limited based in Bangalore. We are a global manufacturer of hydraulic products, aerospace products and metallurgy products. We have business and manufacturing operations in India, Europe, in Germany, in UK, France, in the United States. Well, there are tremendous opportunities across the world for complex manufacturing, highly engineered products, which is what we do. The whole idea is that there's a confluence of deep engineering and craftsmanship, two of the elements that are available in abundance in India, because we're at the beginning of a very large demographic boom in India. We are roughly 7 or 8% of the population of the planet under the age of 30 in our country. And these are young aspirational people who are very well educated and motivated to work hard. India is in a sweet spot for R&D, and Bangalore in particular is a global center of innovation, research and development. Over 400 of the Fortune 500 companies have their global innovation centers within 30 kilometers of where we are sitting right now. The whole idea of what we can do in India is not just develop new products, but take products that are in vast and mass use across the world and improve them and modernize them. And that's a great opportunity for India. If you look at the earlier great emerging economy, which is China, they started by being a copycat manufacturer, and in the last 7-8 years they become tremendously innovative. I think India has been innovative earlier in our growth cycle, and we have contributed to global innovation quite early in our rise as an economy. So our ambitions are more qualitative than quantitative. It's almost like doing Saraswati Puja and having Lakshmi smile on us. We focus on excellence in our product engineering, in our craftsmanship and our product design. And as far as our ambition in terms of growth, it just follows these three things. So customers are satisfied by us. We make complex products. If you take Airbus aircraft, every Airbus A318, A319, A320, A321, A330, it's roughly 800 aircraft a year. We make the flap track beams that take the aircraft up, the flaps get lowered up and down. Those are all built over here by us. This is deep engineering. We manufacture the assemblies, but we also make the detailed child parts. And based on the performance and operating excellence, Airbus has then given us some other very complex products, which are all variants of doors for the latest A220 aircraft as well. I think we haven't even scratched the surface in AI. Most of what people see currently as AI is the large language models that we use, things like ChatGPT. Those are really compendiums of a prior literature that have been digested with a whole amount of computational power and the ability to not just give you an answer, but to give it in a very coherent way. But that really is backward looking. When we really imagine AI, it should be imaginative. It must be able to imagine and create the future, and we are far away from that right now. But I'll give you an example of how we use AI. We have very demanding engineering. When we assemble a flight critical product out of 1,000 different parts, we assemble it, and then that composite assembly has to meet very exacting standards. On some of our finishing machines, we use artificial intelligence, where the first act of the machine is not to machine it but to measure the assembly, check the coordinates to the engineering, recalibrate the entire machining cycle based on the assembly, because assemblies have a stack tolerance, and then bring the whole thing back into engineering. So there's a lot of AI that we use in manufacturing which actually drives excellence. Firstly, in terms of success and to ensure continued success, we have to, for continued success, you need succession. And if you look at our business, it's an entrepreneur-led, professionally run enterprise. That's how we intend to keep it in perpetuity. My children have been working in this business since they were 14 on the side, at holidays, weekends, after school. And when they enter the business, as they have, they don't enter at the top like a lot of other companies. Kids suddenly, you see, these are kids who join and they swim in the stream along with all the professionals. And you can have leadership at the top, you can have professionalism at the top, you can have entrepreneurship at the top, but you can have it all the way across the organization at different levels. And that's how we see our business to be constantly innovative, entrepreneurial and professional at the same time, and to be an engine that perpetuates that. In the conventional sense, people see aircraft, space, and they imagine it's pure engineering. Have you ever wondered why an aircraft is called craft? Why a spacecraft is called craft? Why they say a Rolls-Royce is crafted? Because there's craftsmanship. And the whole beauty of high engineering is it's a confluence of engineering and art. It's crafted. And there's calculation, there's stress, there's material science, but there's also high skill. And that's what we celebrate over here. This is something very dear to us. We work with artisanal communities across Bangalore rural district. We work with 55 Gram Sabhas. We identify children of artisans, craftsmen, basket weavers, sculptors, painters, toy makers. These are kids who work with their fingers from the time they're 2 or 3. When these kids grow up, after their 10th grade, we run, that's Dynamatic Technologies runs a government industrial training institute. We have a 3-year course, which is a diploma where they come out and they become highly skilled aircraft workers. So they understand engineering, but they're very artisanal. And you get world-class aerospace craftsmen. That's what it is. And that's what actually drives the kind of awards we've won, which are global in nature, global best of the best. It is not pure engineering. It is really eventually geniuses as genius does. So it's very interesting, but we actually have created a global best value model to become a global single source to all the world's best aircraft makers. You have to have quality, delivery, engineering, design, service, but you also have to be cost effective. And if you look at India, everybody thinks that India automatically will be a low cost destination. It's not true, because you have low cost wages, but what you don't have is you don't have low cost capital, you don't have a low cost transactional structure of a nation. It's not very efficient. So what we've done is we've designed ourselves to be a global best value manufacturer by fitting into the global ecosystem. So we have robots and extraordinary engineering facilities in the UK, very close to the source of aerospace grade material. We machine all our parts in UK using capital which we borrow at 1% interest rates against 10% in India. Those parts come to India instead of buying billets of metal. And in India, we have the engineers, we have the craftsmen, and we play to India's skill sets. We're located in our own 100% EOU unit, which is adjacent to the Bangalore airport. So we have almost zero friction and we have global best value because we're taking advantage of the low cost of capital in Europe and low cost of labor in India. Now, that's us, and it's working very well. If there was a recommendation I could make to policymakers, I would do 2 or 3 things. One is, of course, everybody talks about ease of doing business. Ease of doing business is not just about ratings on international scales. It is about actually getting rid of 70-80% of these rules that are repetitive and redundant. The second thing is that we have a bias in India towards savers, which is a zero-sum game, because if you give a high rate of return on an FD, you're basically creating a society of people who are risk averse. They don't take their money. They rather put in an FD than invest it in some risky venture, take risk and grow the economy. It's like designing our batsmen to just protect their wicket rather than swing for the boundary. So we need to lower the cost of capital, allow risk taking, and enable manufacturing in India. And the third element that I would talk about would be really focusing on skill sets. Skills and entrepreneurship come hand in hand. And both of these things need to be developed in India. And it's not something that the government necessarily has to do it. The government has to enable it.